So, up till now we have seen what are the requirements of a good average, what are the different types of averages. So, there are two types of averages, positional averages and mathematical averages, and not only that we have seen what are the mathematical averages. So, arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean, these are the three mathematical averages, while median, mode, quartiles, deciles, these are called as positional averages. Okay. So, also we have seen what is the requirement of a good average. So, now we will see the first article, how to find different types of averages, and the most commonly used average is arithmetic mean. Okay. So, let us see how to find arithmetic mean, which is many times in simple way it is written as AM, or it is also be many times it is also known by simply mean. Mean means arithmetic mean. So, how to find arithmetic mean or mean for any given data? As already you know, there are two types of data. Okay. So, grouped data and ungrouped data. So, for what do you mean by grouped data? Data with frequency. For example, class interval frequency, or for example, suppose say values 5, 10, 15 and frequency. So, only few certain values their frequency, or class interval and their frequency. So, such type of data it is called as grouped data, while data without frequency only values are given. For example, marks of your 7 subjects are given, then it is ungrouped data without frequency. So, let us see first of all for ungrouped data. So, AM for ungrouped data. So, ungrouped data means only values. Okay. So, suppose a variable. So, if a variable x takes values suppose x1, x2 dot suppose xn. Okay, n values. This is the first value of x, second value of x. X is a variable, so its values will go on changing. This is first value. So, suppose 10, 15, dash, suppose this is 100. So, these are different values of a variable, only values, no frequency. So, if a variable x takes values x1, x2, xn, then arithmetic mean AM of x, how we denote it, denoted by x bar, is defined as, how it is given, x bar is equal to x1 plus x2 plus dot plus xn divided by n, x1 plus x2 plus xn divided by n, or x bar is equal to, how we denote this in short, summation. This is the symbol used to indicate summation xi, I is equal to 1 to n and whole divided by n. Okay. So, this is how we denote the x bar is equal to this divided by n. So, this is summation xi. How you can read? Either sigma xi, I runs from 1 to n. Suppose n is here 3. That means sigma xi, I runs from 1 to 3 means x1. This is summation means sum, x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus dot. If it is n, it is xn. Okay. So, this is the symbol used in mathematics to indicate such a large series of sum of the numbers. Okay. So, this is how we can denote the arithmetic mean x bar of a variable x, where x takes only values. Okay. For example, suppose you are given, for example, suppose x takes values, say, suppose say 20, 30, say 40, okay, suppose 50, 60, right. Then suppose x takes these values, then what is x bar? X bar is equal to 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50 plus 60, sum of all the numbers divided by how many numbers are there? 5. Okay. So, therefore, what is x bar? What is the sum? Yes, 50 plus 50, 100, that is 200. So, 200 divided by 5, so that will be 40. So, this is the arithmetic mean of x bar. Okay. So, the arithmetic mean for ungrouped data is given by sum of all the numbers divided by total number of observations, sum of all the observations divided by total number of observations. That is what is arithmetic mean. Okay. Now, see how to find arithmetic mean for grouped data. Okay. Second, AM for grouped data. Grouped data. Again, here there are two cases, only values and frequency. Values and frequency. Okay. For example, suppose a variable x takes values, say x and its frequency. Suppose a variable x takes values like this, 5, 10, 15, 20, suppose 25, and suppose the frequency of 5 is say 7, means if you collect the data, then your 5 is repeated 7 times. Frequency means number of repetitions. Okay. Then suppose 10 has frequency say 8, suppose this is 9, say 11, and suppose 10. Okay. So, how to find? See, this is the first value of x, second value of x. So, x1 means first value of x, x2, x3, x4, x5. Frequency, this is the first frequency, or frequency of x1 is f1, first frequency of x1, f2, f3, f4, f5, and so on and so on. Here there are 5 values, your variable may take n values. Okay. So, again here there are two parts, discrete variable or discrete data. So, if a variable x takes values x1, x2 xn along with corresponding frequencies f1, means frequency of x1 is f1, f2 fn, frequency of xn is fn, then arithmetic mean of x is equal to x bar and is equal to, so here here there are only values, here there are frequencies. So, multiply these values by frequencies and add them up. So, f1 x1 plus f2 into x2 plus plus fn xn divided by f1, sum of the frequency f1 plus f2 plus plus fn. So, this is equal to, just you right now using the notation. So, therefore, x bar is equal to summation fi xi f1 x1. So, I runs from 1 to up to 1 to n, I runs from 1 to n divided by sigma fi, I runs from 1 to again n. Now see, this small n is used to indicate total number of observation. How many observation? 1, 2, 3 up to n observations are there. Here this is the sum of all observations again, total number of objects or total number of students or total number of observations. Okay, this is sum of total frequency, this is called as total frequency. Okay, so total frequency is also denoted by another notation, fi xi, I is equal to 1 to n, this is divided by capital N. Okay, so x bar is equal to S where n is equal to sigma fi, I is equal to 1. N means total frequency. Remember the difference between small n and capital N. Here onwards you will come across many times small n as well as capital N. What is capital N? Capital N stands for total frequency, sum of the frequencies, and this is small n. It is also total number of observations, this is also total number of observation, but it is total frequency, and this small n is used when data is without frequency, there are no frequency. Capital N, when there are frequency, total frequency is capital N. So this is what the formula for arithmetic mean of grouped data when only values and their frequencies are given. Okay, see for example, okay, so for example consider this data. Okay, suppose you are given x and f, I will consider a data. Values of x and frequency. Suppose x is 5, x takes values 5, say 10, okay, say 15, say 20, then 25, 30. Okay, suppose it takes 6 different values. Okay, it takes 6 different values. Okay, here there is say total. Okay, now suppose the frequencies are 3, suppose 4, again 4. Okay, suppose these are the marks, and this is number of students, these are the marks. Suppose a test is conducted of say 30 marks. Okay, and these are the marks and these are the number of students. Okay, say 5, okay, or suppose 6. Again suppose here this is 5. Okay, and suppose this is 8. Okay, so what is the total? What is n here? Total frequency. Total frequency is 13 plus this is 10 and 7, so this is 30. So total 30 students were there and a test is conducted, okay, of 30 marks, and these are the marks scored by the students. Okay, now to find this, so this here, this is x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, f1, f2, f3. So x1, f1, x2, f2, f3, f3, and so on and so on. Okay, so now you want to find this product. So f1, x1. So just you find now fi xi. So I will prepare here a table. So suppose this is xi, and you may write x and f, or you may write here fx or fi xi, doesn't matter. Okay, so take x1 into f1, so that is 15, then 40, 15 into 4, 60, 120, then 125, and this is 240. So now what you do is, now you find here the total. Okay. So here summation, sum of all this, summation Fi xi, summation Fi xi. So this is equal to, or you may write here as equal to, now you find the sum. What is the sum of all this? Say 5, that is 10, 5 to 7, 9, 9 and 11, then 0. So that is 2, 5, 6. So it is 600. So total is 600. Okay. So we will check once again. So this is 55, 115, then 235, 360 plus 240. So that is 600. So this is the total summation Fi xi. Now just you use here, use in the formula. Okay. So use in the formula. Therefore x bar is equal to, what is the formula for this? Fi xi, I is equal to 1 to, how many values are given? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I runs from 1 to 6, right? Divided by, this is divided by, yes, capital N. So x bar is equal to this divided by capital N. So this is equal to, what is Fi xi? That is 600. 600 divided by, what is capital N? That is 30. And so this is nothing but 20. So therefore x bar is equal to 20. So this is what the answer of, or average of, or arithmetic mean of x. If x has these values and these frequencies, x1, x2, x1 has frequency f1, x2 has frequency f2. Okay. So if these are the marks scored by, these are the marks scored by these students. There are 3 students having 5 marks, 4 students having 10 marks, 4 students having 15 marks, and so on and so on. There are 8 students having 30 marks. Then what is the average of all these students? 30 students in the class. So that is 20. So 20 is the arithmetic mean or average of given data. Okay. So this is about the AM for discrete variable. Now how to find for continuous variable? Let us see how to deal with a continuous variable. Very simple, continuous variable. Now in continuous variable, yes, your variable may take values, your variable will take the values continuously. So there will be class intervals. Okay. So in this, if in this case, very simple, in this case AM is given by, how it is given? X bar is equal to, same formula, x bar is equal to summation Fi Mi divided by capital N. I is equal to 1 to N. Or again, or x bar is equal to summation Fi xi, I is equal to 1 to N divided by capital N, where Mi, I will write here, where we know this is frequency, but what is this Mi? What is this Mi? Mi, or maybe here xi for this continuous variable only. What is this? Midpoint of which class interval? Ith class interval, ith class or ith class interval, ith class interval. Ith class means suppose M1. Suppose you are given class interval like this. Suppose 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Okay. So this is the first class interval. Suppose this is x. Suppose now a test is taken. Okay. So x means marks now. X is marks. Okay. And suppose this, here is the frequency. Here is the frequency. Suppose this is 11, say 13. Suppose this is 19, say 10. Okay. And one more class, suppose 40 to 50. Okay. So suppose 12. So this is first class interval, second class interval, third class interval, fourth, and this is the fifth one. Okay. So now what is M1? M1 means midpoint of first class. I is 1. Na? I is 1. If I is 1, then this is first class interval. Okay. So midpoint Mi, or maybe you also call it as Xi, doesn't matter. Okay. When you are given class interval, then Xi means midpoint or Mi means midpoint. What is the midpoint? Now how to find midpoint of 0 to 10? 0 plus 10 divided by 2. मध्यभागी असणार. ह्या class interval च्या मध्यभागी असणार. 0 to 10. So number which lies at the center of this class interval. So 0 plus 10, that is 10 divided by 2. So it is 5. Then 10 plus 20, 30 divided by 2. So that is 15. 20 plus 30 divided by 2. So that is 25. Okay. Number at the center of 30 and 40, that is 35. 30 plus 40 divided by 2, and this is 45. Okay. So these are the midpoints. Now use these midpoints. This is frequency F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, M1, M2, M3. F1 into M1, Fi, Mi. So have a Fi, Mi, Fi, Mi. Now you find the, okay, so I will take so this is how you can find the midpoints, and then using these midpoints, class intervals. Okay. Now using these midpoints, so just you find now Fi, Mi. What is Fi and what is Mi? Okay. I will write properly. So suppose this is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, then 30 to 40, 40 to 50, right? Suppose this is our data, frequency, right? So this is now you find what is the total at the end. Okay. So here this is total. Okay. So what is the total? 9, 10, that is, yes, this is capital N. Capital N means total frequency. Okay. So this is 5. Then okay, I may take this as 8. Okay. So that it will be easy for the calculation. Okay. 10, or I may take this as 7. Okay. You may take any data. Okay. So this is 0, and then this is 6. Okay. 60. So there are total how many students are there? 60 students are there. 60 students. Okay. Now you do Fi into Mi. So this is 11 into 5, 55. Then yes, this is 195. Multiply this. So 19 5 is 19 5 is doing this now 475. This is 350, and this is 315. Now you find the total. you find this, we find this total, okay, summation fi mi. So just you try to find, this is 0, so it is 2, 3, 8, 15, 20, so it is 39, so 2, 3, 8, 15, so 29, and so this is 2, 8, so it is 1390. Okay, so this is 27, then 16, 23, and this is 6, 29, so carry 2, 3, 3, 6, 2, 8, and 13. Okay, so this is the total. Okay, now what you do is, now just you use this formula, therefore x bar is equal to summation fi mi divided by n. So this is equal to, what is your summation? 1390 divided by 60. So this is equal to, yes, 1 0 will get cancelled, 6 2 is 12, 6 3 is 8, okay, then carry 10, 6 1 is 6, and 6 6 is 36. Therefore x bar is equal to 28.16. So this is how you can find arithmetic mean for given data when your variable is a continuous variable. Your given variable is continuous variable, it takes continuous values, or if the data given is in the form of class intervals. If class intervals are given, first of all what you do is reduce this group or class into a single number. Okay, so this single number, this is called as midpoint. This is nothing but midpoint. So midpoint, this number, single number represent this class interval. This single number represent this class interval. This single number represent this class interval. Okay, so whenever class intervals are given, to find the arithmetic mean, what we do is reduce class interval into a single number represented by single number, that is midpoint. First of all find the midpoint. Now this is same as, see, this is same as here, x1 f1 x2 f2, like this, x1, see, x1 f1 x2 f2 x3 f3. Now use that formula, okay, and you will get the arithmetic mean for continuous variable. Okay, now let us see how to find arithmetic mean for grouped data continuous variable. That is, if you are given class interval and you want to find, suppose class intervals are of contain larger values. Suppose class intervals are of the type, say 0 to 100, 100 to 200, or suppose 1000 to 3000, 3000 to 5000, 5000 to 7000. So if values of x are large, then, and suppose you are given the frequencies as 37, 89, and suppose you have no calculator, okay, then it will be difficult for you to multiply any two complicated values or any two large values. So in that case, see how to find the arithmetic mean, okay, by using shortcut method. Okay, so see what is the shortcut method or shift of origin method, shortcut method or shift of origin method. Okay, so in this case the AM, the arithmetic mean x bar is given by x bar is equal to, either you write small a or you may write capital A, doesn't matter, a plus summation fi di dash divided by n into c, fi di dash divided by c, or see, first of all I will give you the simple one, fi di divided by n into c. So what is this a and what is this di? Where a is assumed mean, you want to find the mean for given data. So first of all, what we will do is we assume some number as arithmetic mean and we use that. Okay, assumed mean. Then what is di? Di is mi minus a, means the difference of each midpoint from a, mi minus a. And what is c? Yes, what is c? C is the length of the class interval. Okay, C is nothing but the length of class interval. Okay, length of class interval. Okay, or actually here there is no need. Okay, so you may do this directly. Okay, now I will give you the formula which contains C. Okay, or see, even if you, so what we do is we take the difference and then we find the arithmetic mean of the differences. But suppose again di, these differences are again large. Here what we do is multiply the differences by frequency. In the previous example we have seen we multiply values of x, fi, mi. We multiply mi by fi. Mi is midpoint. Here midpoints are large values, so that's why we have reduced them by a. आपण त्यातून वजा केला आणि एम आय मधून आणि त्याला लहान केला, डिफरन्स आला. ते डिफरन्सला आपण या फ्रिक्वेन्सीने मल्टिप्लाय केलं. बट सपोज दिस डी आयज आर ऑल्सो लार्ज. इन दॅट केस व्हॉट वी डू इज or x bar is equal to a plus summation fi di dash divided by n into c. Now where a is assumed mean, what is c di dash, what is di dash? Di dash is equal to di upon c. What is di? Di is nothing but mi minus a upon c. What is c here? Length of the class interval. Length of the class intervals. Length of the class interval. So this is how we reduce the larger differences di. Midpoints are larger, class intervals are contain large value, frequencies are also larger. So midpoints, so as the class interval contain larger value, therefore midpoint will be larger number, big numbers. So we reduce them by taking their difference with assumed mean. One of the midpoint is taken as assumed mean, and we subtract a from each midpoint, that is difference. So if these differences are smaller, use this formula. If these differences are larger, go to this formula. Okay. Now we will see how to use these formulas to find. Immediately you can find very quickly without using calculator also, you will do the calculations. Okay. Now let us see, let us do some problems. Okay. So see example, find average income from the following data. Okay. So I will write directly the data. So see here, so income, or we will use this formula directly, or you may take an example of this also. Okay, I will write here income in 1000 rupees, in thousands, number of workers number of workers. So see, this is our x, these are the frequencies Fi, okay. Now suppose I take this as, suppose this is 3000 to 7000, okay, or I may take this as 30 to 40, or we will make it simple, quite simple, as you may. So suppose 25 to 35, then 35 to 45, 45 to say 55, 55,000, 45,000 to 55,000, 55,000 to 65,000, and 65,000 to 75,000. Okay. Now see the frequencies. Suppose this is 32, suppose here it's 48, suppose this is say 62, suppose this is 38, and suppose this is 20, okay. So what is the total number of workers? Yes, this is 0, 2, 7, then 3, so it is 200. So there are 200 workers and their data, their income is 25,000 to 35,000. Now we want to find the arithmetic mean of this. We will use this method first, okay. So here first of all you find midpoints, find the midpoints, MI. So what is the midpoint of the first? 25 plus 35 divided by 2. How to find the midpoint? 25 plus 35, 60, 60 divided by 2, so 30. Okay, I will give you one trick now. See, all the class intervals of same length, 5, 10, 10, 35 to 45, 45 to 55, 10. Length of the class interval is upper limit minus lower limit, 10, 10, 10. So you find the midpoint of first class interval, that is 30. Go on adding 10, you will get automatically the midpoints of other class. So 30 plus 10, that is 40, then 40 plus 10, that is 50, 60 and 70. Now you may check whether what I did is right or wrong. 65, 75. What is the midpoint of this? 65 plus 75, 140. 140 divided by 2, 70. So is it clear? Just find midpoint of first class interval and go on adding the length of the class interval. You will get automatically the midpoints. Okay. Now you have midpoint, but midpoints are large numbers. So 32 into 30 I cannot do. Okay. Suppose these are the large numbers. Okay. What I will do is now I will assume one of the midpoint as assumed mean. Assumed mean is one of the midpoint. What is the, I will take here, usually suppose there are 5. So you will take this. Okay, you take any, but usually you take that midpoint which is at the center. I may take here 50, but suppose there are, suppose one more, suppose 75, suppose there is 75 to 85 and suppose it is say 10 and suppose here is 80. Now 3 and 3, 6. Now which we are going to choose as a assumed mean A. Okay, so now there are two numbers in two midpoints at the center. These two and these two are at the center. You choose that midpoint as assumed mean, okay, which belongs to largest frequency. हे 50 आणि 60, पण 50 आणि 60 दोघे सेंटरला आहेत, दोघांच्या मागे फ्रिक्वेन्सी काय, त्याचं 38, त्याचे कोणाचं फ्रिक्वेन्सी मोठा आहे, 50चं. सो 50ला काय करा, ॲज्युम्ड मीन चूज करा. ओके, मध्यभागी असणारे मिडपॉईंट घ्या, त्यातलाही असा घ्या की ज्याचं फ्रिक्वेन्सी काय आहे, मोठा आहे, त्याला काय करा, ॲज्युम्ड मीन. ओके, सो दॅट इज, सो DI is equal to, so this is my assumed mean. Okay, so this is A. Okay, so DI, now I will find DI. What is DI? MI minus A. MI minus A. So this is, yes, each midpoint minus 50. So I am subtracting 50 from it. 30 minus 50, 30 minus 50, so that will be minus 20. Then 40 minus 50, 40 minus 50 is minus 10. Then 50 minus 50 will be 0. Now 60 minus 50, that is plus 10. 70 minus 50 is plus 20. Okay. Now see here. Now these are comparatively smaller number. Okay. Or now see, even you may use this. See, we will use this directly. See, again these numbers are larger, 20, 10, 10, 20. Now what you do is, again, yes, make them smaller. How you can make them smaller? This is di, di is mi minus a. Now what I will do is di divided by c. This is my di. So I will divide this di. So I will find di dash as, I will find di dash. So what is that? Di divided by c. So di divided by c. Di divided by c. What is c now? Length of the class interval. So to make again these smaller numbers, so what you do is, these are the di, d1, d2, d3, d4, d5. Divide them by length of the class. What is the length of the class interval? 10. So divide everybody by 10 here. Okay. So this is c. Okay. So divide each of them by 10. So minus 20 divided by 10 is minus 2. Divide these numbers by these di. This is di. Di divided by 10. This divided by 10 is minus 2. This divided by 10 is minus 1. 0 divided by 10 is 0. 10 divided by 10 is 1. This is 2. Now just observe. These were our numbers. They have been reduced to these numbers. Again these are larger, and now they are being converted into smaller numbers. Now you can multiply these numbers by frequency. So this is Fi into di dash. Fi into di dash. So Fi into, now it is easy. You can multiply this by minus 2. So this is minus 64. Minus 1 into 48 is minus 48. 0 into 62 is 0. 1 into 38 is 38. 2 into 20 is 40. Now just you do summation. Find summation. Di dash. Find sum of these. Okay. Now see here. First of all, add negative numbers and then add together these, and then you do the difference. Okay. So see here, 38 minus 48 minus 10. Minus 10, this is minus 74 plus 40. So that will be minus 34. Okay. Just you add all this. Add positive numbers together, negative numbers together, and then you do the difference. Okay. Here this is 78 and this is, yes, 112. So 112 minus 112 plus 78, that will be minus 34. Okay. So now you go for the formula. Therefore x bar is equal to a plus summation fi di dash divided by n into c. You multiply c only for this term. This is equal to, see here we have subtracted a, right? So here in the formula we add a, is it? So we try to nullify the difference. जे इथे सबट्रॅक्ट केले ते आपण ॲड करतोय. त्यामुळे जो आपण केलेला चेंज आहे तो आपण इथे काय करतोय, तो मेकअप करतोय. ओके. सो ए, सो व्हॉट इज ए हियर? 50 प्लस 50 plus what is fi di dash? Minus 34 divided by what is n? That is 200 into c. What is c? Length of the class interval, that is 10. So the 1 0 will get cancelled, right? So this is equal to minus 50 plus minus is minus. Okay. Now yes, this will be yes 1.7. Okay, 1 0 will get cancelled. So 34 divided by 20. So this 0, 34 divided by 20, actually you don't have to do anything without calculator, so you might be doing with the calculator, okay, but without calculator 34 चा half and 1 decimal, so that is minus 1.7, so this is equal to, so this is 48.3, so therefore x bar is equal to, yes, what is x bar? Income, average income, okay, therefore, and it is in thousands, therefore average income, you have to write the answer carries 1 mark, average income of how many workers? 200 workers is, yes, rupees, how many rupees? 48,300. So this is your final answer, okay. So in this way you can find the arithmetic mean using, this is called as shortcut method to find the arithmetic mean. So see, you can do this very easily, quickly you can go, just find the midpoints, few seconds, then choose a midpoint at the center, having frequency, larger frequency, subtract this assumed mean from all these, okay. So just observe, half of them will be negative, half of them will be positive, okay, and just you find if these differences are larger, they divide them by the length of the class interval, okay. So and so I will write here so that you will understood all these things, okay. So di dash is equal to di divided by c, that is equal to di divided by 10. What is 10? Length of the class interval, already I have given, okay. So in this way you can go for calculations with easy method, okay. So you may do some more problems, okay. You might be having the books, or if you don't have the books, so let us take some problems, okay. Now see, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now when you choose the assumed mean, so now you have to choose assumed mean, yes, these two are at the end, and these two are at the center in between. So you have to choose the arithmetic assumed mean A, either from this class interval or from this class interval. What is the midpoint here? 650, here 750. So you have to choose here assumed mean as 750 because frequency for this class is larger, 131. For this it is smaller. So you choose, see, if you choose any midpoint as assumed mean, it doesn't matter. The only thing is that your calculation will become quite simple, okay, if you choose assumed mean as that midpoint which carries larger frequency, because its, yes, difference becomes 0. So there you don't have to do multiply by larger number anywhere, okay. So this is one more example, okay. So you find the average height in say centimeter, okay, height in centimeter. So you just do these calculations at home. So this will help you in understanding how to do the calculations.